Hey guys, welcome to this YouTube video. Today we're going to be looking at scary stories I found on Reddit. And yeah, let's get right into it. So the first story I found was it was posted by Benny underscore dreadful and r slash no sleep community. It was called My Friends and I Saw the Smiling Man. So let's go straight into it. It seems pretty scary. There's something of an urban legend in my town, a creature called Marakubo, the Smiling Man. There are multiple different explanations for him. Some say he's an alien, others believe him to be a demon creature from another dimension, or the ghost of a convict hung in town many years. The most widely accepted story is that he's simply a homeless man in the woods. I thought it was all crap until last night. I love horror. I love being scared, and the thought that it would be a good idea to go looking for the smiling man with a few friends. The most recent sighting of the man was in the woods surrounding a local tourist trap called the Picnic Point. My town, Toowoomba, is built upon a dormant volcano surrounded by forest. Picnic Point is the very edge of the town that provides a beautiful view of the surrounding area. This is where I told my friends to meet me. I arrived there around 10 p.m. Aiden, my friend, was already there. He likes to arrive places at least half an hour early. I went over to him, found him rummaging through his boot. He was putting together a survival kit. You know, we're only exploring the surrounding woods, right? I mocked. He pointed a stern finger at me. Survival is no joke. I left him rummaging away and awaited the others. They arrived together a few minutes later. What's up, Kyle? What's up, Kyle said. Who's ready to look for ghosts? I don't remember much of the conversation after this. I don't know, we hung around talking with Aiden and fixed the rest of the supplies. When we were ready, we headed out, following the main hiking trail down. Guided by torchlight, we walked the most trail, finding nothing. I suggest going off the trail, but it reminded off the trail is pretty steep decent. Maybe we should just go home, Aiden said, as he applied more bug spray to his arms. I was about to reply when the rustling ahead of me caught attention. I directed my beam forward. Something dashed away, and upon a nearby tree. I clicked my fingers at my friends and pointed towards a tree where the beam was. Something sat upon the branches, obscured by foliage. It moved again, and a possum emerged from the leaves. I remember sighing. It was then that something burst through the bushes in front of us. It scared me so much I dropped my torch. I saw the little in what moonlight there was, so I quickly scooped up my torch and directed the beam towards the shape. It looked like a man, although the limbs were disproportionate. The arms looked too long and gangly. His face was very pale, and the skin seemed too smooth. Like it was too stretched too tightly over his face. His big eyes and his smile was so wide, it looked as if it would split his face in half. We all simply stood there, staring at each other. I couldn't believe he was real. I took out my phone and I was about to press record when he moved. He broke into a sprint right at us. I ran. We all did. I don't think I've ever run so fast in my life. Blood thundered in my ears, and branches whipped across my arms and face. I heard Aiden yelling, "No, no, no!" and then suddenly go quiet. We reached the parking lot and made for the safety of our cars. We reached them and turned around. Nobody was there. My heart threatened to burst out my chest, and my lungs were burning. "Are you guys alright?" I asked the others. "Where's Aiden?" Peter asked. It was then when I noticed he wasn't with us. "We have to go find him," Kyle said. I'm ashamed to admit that I didn't join the search, although the search only went as far as the start of the trail. After an hour of calling his phone and waiting, we finally called the police. They arrived shortly after and took our statements, and others searched the woods. They took us down to the station where they interviewed us properly. They all thought we were crazy, then sent us home. I was unable to sleep that night. And after calling the station this morning, I discovered that they still haven't found any trace of Aiden. I feel so guilty, as it was my idea to go looking. I'll remember that smile for as long as I live. So this second story is called Don't shine your flashlight into the woods at night. The Red Hat Man. This was posted by Dudu Tupas on also r/no sleep. I was in the kitchen making lunch when Luna began her appeal for me to go downstairs. This usually looks like whining, soft barks, nudging with her nose, and finally walking over to the basement door and staring disdainfully over one shoulder at you. I glanced out the bay windows and saw nothing but sunny skies, plus the water from the macaroni noodles had finally started to boil, so I ignored her. She waited a moment longer before loosening one weary sigh and trudging down the steps without me. No sooner had Luna made her exit than a sharp knock sounded on the front door. I jumped, spilling dry pasta all over the ground. Cursing, I swept the would-be lunch into a paper towel and hurled to the door. A second flurry of knocks echoed in the foyer. My fingers were inches away from turning the deadbolt when I stopped myself. Something in the back of my mind didn't feel right about the situation. Here, I was alone on a Tuesday afternoon. My husband's parents were gone, and hasn't told me to expect anyone, and my dog had hightailed into the basement. So I looked through the peephole. He was, in all respects, a normal-looking guy, but something about him definitely seemed off. It was like he was nondescript, to the point that he didn't even look real. The color faded from every part of him. His eyes, his hair, the red baseball cap he wore. His clothes were clean and intact, but clearly well worn. I couldn't tell exactly how old he was, maybe 30s, 40s. He said eerily as I studied him through the peephole, never scratching an inch or turning at the sound of a passing car. When I looked down at his feet, he wasn't wearing his shoes. At this point, the alarm bells were ringing loud and clear in my mind. I backed away slowly from the door, trying to make as little noise as possible, when another thought hit in the back of the When another thought hit me like a bag of bricks. Why hadn't any cameras been alerted? The second this guy stepped into the property, any of my father-in-law's dozen of trail cameras should have triggered an Alexa notification. With shaking hands, I pulled out my phone and tapped to see the live feed of the front door. There wasn't anyone there. I stared into the screen in disbelief, thoughts crashing like tidal waves through my mind, the loudest of which I should have gone to the basement with my dog when I had the chance. Even though I was ready to let my fear get the best of me, call it bravado or stupidity or plain just denial. I decided the camera system must be glitching, and I was letting my imagination play tricks. This was just a normal guy at the door. It was broad daylight. What was the harm in taking one more peep outside? I pressed my face to the peephole once more and immediately sprang back with a yelp. One colorless eye had stared right back at me. The stranger abandoned all pretense of normality. Then, who or what ever was outside began all barrage of knocks at the door, shaking heavily, oak in its frame. The banging thundered through the house, surrounding me on all sides, louder than a freight train and twice as frightening. I abandoned post, racing into the basement as fast as my legs would carry me. In near hysterics, I tried calling my husband, his parents, the neighbor, the police, but none of my calls would connect. Eventually, I gave up and settled for sobbing into Luna's short, silky, fluffy hair as she alternated between comforting licks and low, warning growls. We didn't come out of the basement until the next morning. The knocking faded away after what seemed like hours, but I was too scared to move, and Luna wouldn't leave my side. We huddled together on the couch all that night, sleeping little. Eventually, though, I could hear both of our stomachs growl. My phone was also dead at that point, and I've never managed to find service, even as I intermittently throughout the night. Luna and I crept cautiously up the kitchen. Bright warm sunlight spilled into the room, and I breathed deep, willingly my body to relax. After I fed us both, I walked with her onto the back porch. We saw it at the same time. Luna immediately raced down into the yard, barking her head off, while I stood frozen in the doorway, tears welling down my hair, eyes, and bile rising in my throat. There on the back gate, place just so hung faded, faded red cap. We stayed inside for the rest of the week, leaving only for Luna to use the bathroom, leashed and close to the door. And for me to accept food deliveries, my instructions were the same every time. Text me when here, leave at the back door, do not knock. I watched as the driver come and go on the trail cams. By the time my husband and parents were back in town, I decided to not share my story with them. Nothing had really happened after all, and I had nothing to show as proof beside my stacks of takeout containers. There was no footage of the incident. It was like the guy never existed. Now you may be wondering about the red hat. I certainly hadn't ventured far enough from the house to come close, and wouldn't have touched it with a 10-foot pole at that. Wouldn't they see it? No is the answer, because the next time we braved into the yard again, it was gone. It was like he had left it just for me to see it, for me to know that he was there, for him to know that he would come back anytime he wanted. And once I got that message, he made sure no one would believe me if I told. So I never did. Fortunately, I haven't come in contact with that particular entity since. But the sight of the red baseball cap will send me into a panic. I took a brief hiatus from visiting the house after that one, but I miss my in-laws and the dog. And truth be told, I miss the house and the land and the mystery of it, even though it terrified me. I couldn't stay away for long, and my fears of the red hat man was easily overshadowed by my love for the family phone. That being said, these days I always thought what I am doing to join Luna in the basement. I know she has our best interests at her heart, and besides, I've always hated answering the door for strangers. Alright, guys, those are the two stories that I read today. Thank you very much for watching, whoever watches. There are some funny parts in this thing, like this video, but I just want to keep it in there because that one scream that definitely scared y'all. I know it scared y'all. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please leave a like and maybe subscribe if you enjoyed this content. I will be posting more maybe this weekend. I'll probably post two more and I'll just see how it goes. Like I like doing this content creation stuff and I just want to explore more in depth of how to make it and I guess do better content and like quality and stuff. So this is one of the first videos like that I've made and stuff. So I'll be definitely doing more and it will slowly become better and better. So just, be patient and, you know, be a subscriber. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys later. Peace. Alright, guys, those are the two stories that I read today. Thank you very much for watching, whoever watches. There are some funny parts in this thing, like this video, but I just want to keep it in there because that one scream that definitely scared y'all. I know it scared y'all. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please leave a like and maybe subscribe if you enjoyed this content. I will be posting more maybe this weekend. I'll probably post two more and I'll just see how it goes. Like I like doing this content creation stuff and I just want to explore more in depth of how to make it and I guess do better content and like quality and stuff. So this is one of the first videos like that I've made and stuff. So I'll be definitely doing more and it will slowly become better and better. So just, be patient and, you know, be a subscriber. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys later. Peace.